Attainment of Buddhahood is not the final stage. It must be followed by the return of the Bodhisattva to use his or her powers for universal welfare. His or her renunciation of nirvana is the consummation and proof of the validity of the 52 previous stages. Since there can be no liberation until all are liberated, no one can grasp and gain selfless freedom for himself alone. So one who seeks to be reborn in the Pure Land for the bliss which it affords, and not for the benefit of others, will not be reborn there. This is illustrated in the life of the Buddha Shakyamuni himself, for after his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, he hesitated for a time, and was tempted to remain silent because of the apparent impossibility of communicating his ineffable realization. But he was finally persuaded by the gods to remain in this world and to preach the Dharma. He thus exemplified the phase of the Bodhisattva's return, as well as that of the Buddha. It is manifestly impossible for any individual who has once died ever to pass through the same state again, for that would be to contradict the basic principles of anicca and anattma, and would also impose a false limitation on the infinite, which precludes all identical repetition. The apparent return of the Bodhisattva, however, need not involve a reincarnation in the gross corporeal sense, but rather the manifestation of his or her spiritual influence within one or more beings still passing through psychophysical states of existence. We see this illustrated in Tibet by the Dalai Lamas and Tulkus, for there a bodhisattva such as Avalokiteshvara can manifest his influence not only successively, but also simultaneously through multiple contemporaneous, incarnations. Having once attained ascending realization, the aspirant renounces Buddhahood and proceeds to the descending realization of Bodhisattvahood. In Shin Buddhism, both of these non-dual phases are the results of Iko, the transference of merit from the other power. As Shinran explains in his masterwork, the Kyogao Shinsho, or Teaching, Practice, Faith, and Attainment, Oso-Iko is the phase in which the aspirant goes to be reborn in the Pure Land, while Gensho-Iko is that in which he exercises the Bodhisattva's privilege of remanifesting his powers and presence. For one who has realized that samsara and nirvana are the same, these two phases are necessarily one, and he or she can manifest his or her wisdom and compassion at will, anywhere throughout the 6 realms of existence, without the need ever to leave paradise. He or she is able to fulfill his or her vows to liberate and enlighten all beings, while at the same time realizing their essential emptiness. One is reminded of the Bodhisattva's vow. Though there are no sentient beings, I vow to save them all.